All right, we're looking at the TL240 from Samsung. Very cool camera. This is the update to the, I think it's the TL220, which I believe was the best-selling point-and-shoot camera that Samsung has ever made. This is actually the one that does not have the display in the front, though. There was the TL210, the TL220, and there was a TL65, and this camera has it all. I mean, if you want a camera that's fully loaded with just every feature, has every gizmo and gadget on it, feels great, looks awesome, huge touchscreen display in the back. This is for you. Check it out. This is a 14 megapixel point and shoot. I'm going to go ahead and open this thing up. Produces a 4344 by 3256 JPEG. Very nice. Also shoots 720p video at 30 frames per second. It's got a 7x optical zoom on this Schneider lens right there. It's actually a 35 millimeter equivalent of 31 to 217 millimeter on that 7x zoom, so very nice. Dual image stabilization, both optical and digital, so both the lens is going to move a little bit, the elements, as well as a digital, which basically cranks up the shutter speed and the ISO whenever you're in low light. Now this thing actually shoots with up to an ISO of 6400, so it's going to be really good in extremely low light situations. You will get lots of noise, but it will come out, which is better than not getting the picture at all. As you can see, everything on the back here is touchscreen. There are no buttons. There's one playback button over here, there's a power button, and then there's your shutter release and your zoom control, and that's it. Nothing else. Everything else is built into the touchscreen. This is an incredible 3.5-inch TFT LCD viewfinder. Has haptic feedback, so when you push something, you feel it in your finger. It's the coolest thing ever. Really like it. It also lets you do hand gestures, so if you're looking through photos, you can swipe. And it also has something even more interesting. It's called Gesture UI. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. It's going to bring the gesture UI up. Let's say I want to do a movie. I tilt the camera forward, and it goes into movie mode. That's how Gesture UI works. It's very cool. Actually, this way. There you go. See, Smart Auto. Want to push it again and go down. That's going to put it in program. Very neat, and you can program what you want to go in there. So if you're going to do that. Now, one of my favorite features about this camera is that when you're in the fully manual mode, you can actually do a long exposure on here. This is something that no other camera really lets you do as far as point and shoots. You can do up to 16 seconds in manual mode. That'll let you do like nighttime shots and landscapes and stuff. You just need to have a tripod or set it down somewhere very stable, and then use the timer on here so that you don't induce any shake when you actually push the shutter release. But that's a feature that you're not going to find on other point and shoots. I've been looking for it forever and I've never found it. So very cool. And I'm going to show you real quick some of the things here that are on here. I'm going to show you that you do have both AV as well as a mini HDMI out, so you can share your movies and your pictures or your pictures on a large 1080p television, so that's really useful. Down here at the bottom, you do have the battery as well as the micro SD card slot. So you do have to get a micro SD media for this, but that's okay. Good stuff. You can always take it out with just the cable. And then also over here you have a 1/4 inch by 20 tripod mount, very standard issue. Put a tripod on it, and unlike others, it's actually centered with the lens. You don't really find that in point and shoots. It's pretty interesting. Down here you also see a little speaker for when you're playing back. Now that's just the basic stuff. Let's talk a little bit about some of the more advanced features. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a picture here that I took of the box, and I want to show you that you do have a lot of really cool effects. So here are your effects panels. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them because there's too many, but there's a ton of effects that you can add to this. You can set lens effects. Let's say that you want to do a fisheye effect. You can actually do a fisheye effect on the camera right there. Also lets you do lomography camera, which is kind of like an old lens. It lets you do tilt shift. You can do, soft, vivid, retro, cool, calm. You can resize and rotate the images inside of the camera. As well, you can also crop them, you can add color filters, you can smooth skin, you can adjust brightness, you can reduce red eye, all inside the camera. So very cool and very powerful as far as what you can do inside the camera. Now let's talk a little bit about Smart Auto. Smart Auto, what it does is automatically pick the scenes for you. So if I'm going to go into Smart Auto, I no longer have to actually pick the scene. See, I'm close up, it automatically picked macro mode because it knows. When you're in Smart Auto, it picks all the scenes for you. When you're in regular auto, if you want to go through all the settings, you can, but you actually have to pick between all the different scenes. Like if you go over here to scenes, you actually have to pick one of these. If you want a backlight, frame guide, night shots, sunsets, text, close-ups, landscapes, backlit objects, fireworks. Those are all going to work, but you have to select them. Well, when you put it into smart auto mode, you no longer have to worry about it. You basically just put it into smart auto. It's going to pick that scene for you and give you the best shot possible, fully automatic. And that's basically it. It's a very cool camera, and also all the stuff that we just discussed as far as the in-camera effects and the lomography and the fisheye and all that kind of stuff, it actually applies to the video too. I'm not so sure about the fisheye, but all the other effects can be added to videos as well. All the cooling filters, if you want to increase contrast or brightness, or put a sepia filter on it, all that stuff in camera, it's done, and as well it works in video. So very cool, high-end camera, 14 megapixels. This is going to put some pretty big poster size prints if you want to print out of here. Very nice camera, fully automatic if you don't know how to use it. It does give you manual control if you want to do that. I like it a lot. And the screen, 1.1 million dot 3.5 inch touchscreen LCD. Can't beat that. If you have any questions on it, feel free to email me, and I'll see you guys next time. For more information on the Samsung TL240 digital camera, type in S203-2950 into any major search engine.